Hey, man.
What's going on?
Have you heard of Samuel Bellamy?
Bellamy? Yes.
Really?
Samuel Bellamy. Why do I know this name?
Say it again.
Samuel? No. That's 3 times, and that means he's going to appear.
Here, I want to do something we've never tried before for this introduction.
Okay. I don't like whatever you're going to do. Go ahead.
I thought it'd be fun.
I know. That's why it's going to suck.
I thought it'd be fun if we let a robot do our intro. So I asked ChatGPT to write an intro for this. I haven't read this, but here's what it gave me.
Oh, no.
Ahoy, me hearties! Welcome to our podcast on Black Sam Bellamy.
Did you ask, write an intro for the podcast as if I work at a pirate-themed restaurant? What are you talking about?
I literally said, write an intro to the podcast about Black Sam Bellamy. And this is what I got. All right, ready? Let me finish.
Okay.
The legendary pirate who made waves in the 18th century. In this episode, we'll be exploring the life and times of Black Sam, also known as the Robin Hood of the Sea, and his infamous raid on the Whydah Galley, one of the largest slave ships of its time. So grab your pirate hat and let's set sail. Arrgh.
Oh, no, you can't see my girlfriend. She's a ghost. Quit making that noise in the microphone. I swear if you do that again,
What?
I'll call the principal. People died, Tim. Grow up.
They died 200 years ago.
Their ghosts can hear this. Kids kill little stuff with pocket knives.
Serial killers, dude, not normal kids.
Sorry. Things I learned last night.
Here's what I'm just hoping right now. Let me tell you what I'm hoping. This is my dream. I have a dream right now.
Okay.
That there's somebody somewhere
On the other side of ChatGPT who reads your inputs and goes,
okay.
ahoy, mateys.
He didn't even say mateys. He said me hearties, which was weird to me. But anyways, my dream. Here's what I'm hoping. I hope there's someone in, I don't know, Columbus, Ohio, on their morning commute. It's a beautiful day. They're in their Toyota Tacoma.
Their name's like Daniel.
Windows are rolled down. They're listening to this podcast, just enjoying
They're
it.
a red light.
Someone next to them just listen to my pirate
Here's
intro.
here's an interesting. And like they're, someone next to them's like, like it's a red light. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit, and they just, ahoy, mateys. All right.
Yeah, this is rough. Yeah, and I also picture your ex-girlfriend's dad.
He's listening to it. His wife's in the other room looking up some QAnon stuff. And she hears, she goes, are you watching SpongeBob again? It's a weird dynamic they had.
He's like, yeah, I'm riding my Peloton. Get out of here.
Okay, so I knew the name sounded familiar. He's a pirate.
Yeah, we've never covered a pirate on this show.
Yeah, we did.
Name one.
Principality of Sealand.
That's not a pirate. That's different. That's a modern pirate.
Okay.
Modern pirates and past pirates are two totally different
DB
things.
Cooper.
Modern pirates and past pirates are two totally different things.
Past pirates? We're talking about past pirates?
Yeah, this is a past pirate.
What's the line? What's the BCAD here? What's the pre-post? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say like
what's the defining
1820s is the line.
1820s.
That's where the shift is. Anything pre-1820, because this is a different era.
Oh, that's pre-1820.
Yeah, if you're pre-1820, you still got the wooden pirate ship with the sail and your sword and your
What
red
are the
coat.
eras to you?
Huh?
What are the eras to you? Is it depend on what we're talking about, I guess?
Yeah, there's pirates and then there's pirates, Like the modern pirates are they're riding around in their They're inflatable boats with their engines. They got
Sure.
an engine. You can't be a pirate with an engine.
Okay.
I don't know. But that's not this. This is Samuel Bellamy.
Yeah.
This Black Sam, one of the greatest pirates of all time, one of the wealthiest pirates of all time, and this is his story. Hold on, let me pull up ChatGPT's script for me.
So he's pre-1820 at least.
So he was born in 1717, and at a really young age, he joined the Royal Navy. He was born in England. And he served on the Royal Navy and was a part of a couple battles. Unimportant part of his life. I mean, I guess somewhat important. He learned about boats, I guess. And then he sailed. After getting out of the Navy, he sailed to Cape Cod in 1715 to seek out some of his relatives. It was similar. Someone got him like Ancestry.com, but it was before .com, so you had to actually go. It was an Ancestry boat.
Okay.
So he had to go to Cape Cod to try to track down some of his relatives. And we know he spent a decent bit of time there, but there's some details that are foggy. The legend says he met a woman named Goody Hallett, and they fell in love. And her father was like a local wealthy businessman, but he would not let her marry Samuel because he didn't have enough money to provide for her.
Okay.
And so
this is a real Sound of Music situation, right?
yeah. So
Samuel shows up, and he's just the little soldier boy, right?
Yeah.
Daughter of the Von Trapp family says no. Well, actually, he goes no, and so then they're out there dancing in the garden, and
yeah.
You are 16 going on
different
17.
Song. Yeah.
This is all a little weird.
Bree threatens me often to like get me to watch that movie.
She threatens you with the Sound of Music? What do you mean?
Yeah.
She's like, I swear, if you don't put your phone away right now, I'm going to make you watch the Sound of Music.
Yeah.
And that works for you?
We got this chair.
Not watching this movie is a motivation for you?
It really is.
Okay.
Is. I've watched a little bit of it, and it was hard. I'm not a musical guy. I'm not a musicals.
I love musicals.
They hurt me.
Schmigadoon on Apple TV. Have you watched
I saw you
Schmigadoon?
tweet about this today.
Oh my gosh, man. I mean, it's phenomenal. Do you like music theater?
Some, but not a whole lot of it.
Okay, well then, don't watch it then.
Yeah, tell me what you were listening to when I walked in today.
Oh,
it was the Disneyland soundtrack. It was what they play at Disneyland.
I didn't look up the Disneyland. That wasn't like Sounds of Disney, It wasn't a Harry James trumpeter.
Nobody knows what Harry James is.
Yeah, because I'm a hipster. I'm cool.
Oh my gosh.
I have his records at my house.
I don't believe you.
Okay, I'll show you.
Yeah, prove it. So you met this girl Goody, and her dad was like, "No, you can't."
Yeah. Very classic.
Yeah.
Love story trope. The rich father says, "You're not good enough for my daughter."
Yeah. They met,
and he goes, "I'll show you." And he robs his house.
Handshake was firm enough, but then he asked Samuel. He's like, "How much time do you have for my daughter?" And he said,
"I got
all the time in the world."
No, any guy in his 20s, he can't have any free time because that means he's not working hard enough.
And here's where the story gets interesting.
What'd you eat for breakfast this morning, kid?
Any sugars in your diet? Don't let that boy around my daughter.
Okay.
A couple interesting things happen with the story here. For some reason, so we're pretty sure
they run away together.
That the woman he met, her name was Goody Hallett. We're pretty sure.
Okay.
There is a biography that came out in 1934 that called her Mary or Maria. And so there's now accounts that call her
Maria Hallett?
Mariah, Mary, or Goody. And so we're not sure who she is.
Okay.
One of those names has been attributed to the Witch of Wellfleet.
Okay.
Which was a woman in Cape Cod who got accused of killing a baby, but she didn't.
Yeah, it
then
was
they
just
were like, "You're a witch."
It was the time when witches were like a thing.
Yeah, they were like, "You're a witch," and so then,
Which is a rough couple centuries for just women in general.
yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, and so she it was as the story goes, they kidnapped her and then they tortured her for a long time and then eventually killed her, and then her ghost haunts the seven seas and kills all the men who are out there trying to stop witches.
Okay.
And so that might be Samuel's lover, maybe.
Okay.
We're not sure. But anyways,
When she was a person or a ghost?
both. He'd sail out into the seas.
Oh, no, you can't see my girlfriend. She's a ghost. It's not even she goes to a different school. She's on a different plane.
She's on a different plane. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see her. She's
on
on
a
another
separate
plane.
terrestrial plane. So, yeah, it's like a whole thing. No, she's real though.
He every night, like while they're pirates.
What do you mean you don't believe in my girlfriend?
This is years later. They're all pirates. He's got his crew, and he makes his pirate crew drive out to this certain latitude. And he's like, "All right, everybody, go to your quarters." And then everybody goes on the deck, and then they just hear him. He's on the deck, and he's like, "I am 16, going on."
And then like he's really sad the next day, and they're like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I think she's ghosting me." It was right there the whole time. It was such a dumb joke.
Gosh dang it, I love that so much. So, anyways,
Would you? No. Go on.
So
Go on.
The relationships get blocked by the father because he didn't have enough money. So he says, "Fine, I'll go start a career."
So he robs him because who doesn't have enough money now? I'm a pirate.
No, he says, "I'll go off and I'll start a career. I'll make a name for myself. I'll make enough money, and then I'll come back and marry your daughter."
Okay.
And he said, "LOL, I'd like to see you try." And so,
Word for word.
so he goes off. He becomes a stand-up comedian that goes primarily to churches, has a podcast. Now the town listens to the podcast. No, he got a job as a treasure hunter.
I bet he is impressed though, to be honest.
He pulled it off.
Do you have any exes that you're like, I kind of hope the parents, keep up with what I'm doing, and they go, huh, what could have been?
I don't really want anyone to keep up with what I'm doing. That's weird.
Okay.
But
I want everyone who's ever been in my life, has left my life, to regret that decision. You know what I'm saying? Like
why did I leave
to go,
that guy's life?
golly,
I should
have kept up with that friendship.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should have bought him a better birthday gift. Why'd I get him a lamp?
I got a lamp. Hey, Thursday, June 29th at 6:30, we are doing another patron hangout. These are super fun opportunities for us to just hang out on a Zoom call with our patrons, get to know you a little bit better, find out what's going on in your life, and have a lot of fun. Sometimes you might have seen some of these clips. They are absolutely wild. You guys do some crazy stuff in these videos, like pull-ups or eat pizza. It's bonkers, and we'd love to have you on there. Thursday, June 29th, 6:30. Text TILLN to 66866 to become a patron and join us. Yeah, man. I used to know the president. I got him a lamp.
I got him
for
a
his
lamp
birthday.
once. It didn't work out.
I hated it.
I would never be president.
Yeah. I bet if...
I'd be vice president, though. You don't got to do nothing, bro. I don't know if you've seen what Kamala's doing these days. It's nothing. She's just lounging around, hanging out.
Have you seen the video of her at March Madness?
I don't know.
Oh, it's the thing that I can
Is
never
it as crazy as her walking to her bus? It's a lot. The wheels on the bus go around it,
Same concept.
Oh, my favorite stuff, dude. When Joey B was vice president, just eating ice cream everywhere all the time.
Her alma mater.
Can you tell me one thing Mike Pence did in the last 4 years? Can you tell me where he was? No idea. Not a clue.
No, her alma mater. I don't know. I think it was the Elite 8 round. They lost.
Yeah, we both saw it. That's good. Go ahead.
It's whatever. Shut up.
You're stupid.
It's
That's
okay.
fine.
It's okay.
It doesn't matter.
Her alma mater. You can do whatever.
What's that tow truck's
wasn't
name in Cars?
matter.
Go ahead.
Was in, I think, the Elite Eight, and they lost in the Elite Eight.
And she's
they lost by
sobbing.
like 20. And so she was there. And for some reason, they were like, hey, let's have the vice president come down to the locker room and say something to the guys.
Say some words.
And so she came in.
I don't know a lot about losing.
She came in. She walks through the locker room doors and she's clapping. And she's like, you guys did so good. You were so good out there. I am so
like
proud of
she
you.
was like, she's like, yeah, like before the game, they're like, you want to go to the locker room afterward? And she was like, yeah, of course. And thinking, of course, if they lose, they won't make me do this. And then they lose, and she goes, oh, you still want me to?
You still want me to go in there and?
Yeah.
I'll go. I wrote a speech. Should I say that still?
Guys, I really only prepared for you guys to win, so I had ChatGPT write me a speech for if you lost.
You're lost.
Ahoy, mateys.
Ahoy, hearties. We fought. Matter of fact, let me just
wait, I have ChatGPT.
write a speech.
I write like a speech to the losing team.
Kamala Harris to the losing team of a basketball game.
Was it the men's or girls team?
It was the men's team.
Even worse, it feels like.
During March Madness in the Elite Eight. But make her talk like a pirate.
Why? Why did you put that part? That's what I'm saying, dude. If you're vice president, you can do whatever you want. Can I read it to you?
No, I want to read it to you.
You can't.
I don't think
you can. Let me read it.
Can you
Just put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. Let me read it. I'll read it out loud and let you try to survive.
This is so dumb.
Oh, no. Here we go. Ahoy, ye mateys of the losing team. It be Kamala Harris speaking to ye. I know ye be feeling quite down in the dumps after that game. Ye fought hard. But alas, the ball did not bounce in your favor. Jeez, dude. But let me tell you, the most important thing be that you gave it your all. You left it all on the court, and that be what matters most. It takes a whole crew to make a team, and you all played your part. You can hold your heads high and be proud of what you've accomplished. Now, I be not a basketball expert, but I know a thing or two about adversity. As a woman of color in politics, I faced me fair share of challenges, but I never let that stop me from pursuing me goals and dreams, and neither should ye. Ye may have lost the game, but ye have not lost your spirit or determination. So I encourage you to take this defeat and use it as motivation to come back even stronger next season. Keep practicing hard, working together, never give up your dreams. You never know what you might achieve with a bit of hard work, perseverance. Thank you for playing your hearts out and keep sailing towards your dreams. Oh, there's a whole other line. Hold on, pull it back up. I know you lost, but please don't storm the building. That's on there.
That's part of it. That's part of what she said.
Why did you put like a pirate? I hate that it's like, but I the hard pivot of as a woman of color in politics, I know a thing about adversity. ChatGPT is so pandering.
Oh my gosh.
What's crazy about AI is that this episode's not going to come out till like May, right?
And this is going to be archaic.
And this, as I say, ChatGPT will not be a thing by May.
I just love
I mean, there's so many days before May.
I love
You know what I'm saying? There's like 60 days before May.
that intro of just the, oh, you mateys of the losing team. It be Kamala Harris speaking to you.
I do like that she has to say it too. You know, when she walks, because I mean, like they lost, dude. You know, like some of them are seniors, bro. This was their chance, you know. And she's like, Me alma mater. Ahoy, mates. It be
crying.
me,
Oh my god.
Kamala. And if they won, she was just going to go in and be like, we did it. We did it, Joe.
We did
it. You know? I was going to her whole speech. She's like, yeah, I wrote a speech for if they won. And you look at it and it's go, ye did it. You did it, Joseph.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Samuel went off and he's like, I'm going to make some money.
Sure.
I'm going to win the heart of Goody or Mariah or Maria or Mary. And so he's like, I'll be a treasure hunter. And so he joins the Spanish treasure fleet, which was a thing apparently.
You could just do that?
Yeah. And this was a genuine career at the time because at the time,
There's a lot of treasure.
well, at the time, what was happening was there was a lot of ships that were traveling across the Pacific Ocean.
They got sank.
And they would sink. And
Yeah.
they had tons of gold on them because that was money. And they didn't have like a banking system. That,
So you just had
like,
to go find sunken ships.
Yeah. And so there was a genuine job where they would go around and they would look for sunken ships and then they would try to scoop up gold.
Is that still a job?
I mean, we're not spilling as much gold in the ocean anymore. So I don't
Yeah,
think
but I
so.
mean, like, there's definitely like some undiscovered
I mean-
ships, right?
I mean, there's still like Nick Cages of the world that are out there looking for treasure, but I don't think it's like a.
Okay.
Like, I guess you could get a grant from like a museum if you tried hard enough, maybe.
Okay. I'm just saying for some scuba gear and a voyage to the deep, deep sea.
I mean,
What if there's someone still stuck down there in an air pocket?
it's been 3 days, hasn't it?
Something like that, buddy.
Close.
Yeah.
It's been 3 days for me.
It's been 3 days for me since this conversation started.
You're not going to believe how much I just got done. In this
Efficiency is
conversation.
our. So he's becoming a treasure hunter.
He becomes a treasure hunter, and he does this job for like a year or two.
Okay.
And then while he's treasure hunting, he realizes, wait a second, I'm out here, and I'm picking up a bunch of gold. And
And she's at home. She could just fall in love with somebody else.
well, what he's saying is he says, I'm picking up all this gold. There's so much gold down here, and I'm just giving it back to the people who lost it.
Oh, yeah, that's dumb.
Finders keepers, bro.
For sure.
He's like, this should be mine.
This is Bella Mine.
And so, so he says, he's like, he's
Think
on
I'm
the
a
ship,
thief now?
and he's looking around to all the other like crew members, and there was another guy on his team, who his name was Whydah.
Okay.
But they like abbreviated his name, like because Whydah is a long name to
Yeah.
just shout out across a ship while you're looking for treasure.
Hoynigan.
And so he, one day he's out there picking up treasure, and he's having this epiphany, and he yells across the ship, and he's like,
Ahoy.
"Yo hoy, yo hoy, a pirate's life for me." That's where it came from. So he converts to piratism.
Okay.
He converts to piratism, and he finds a couple pirates. Benjamin Hornigold was the captain of a ship called the Marianne,
Okay.
and his first mate, Edward Teach, who Edward Teach would eventually take the name Blackbeard,
Which is a Blackbeard.
which I'm going to be honest with you.
Is the more infamous pirate.
Here's an interesting thing I found out while researching these. I thought most of these pirates were made up.
No. They're real.
But it turns out most of them are real.
Yeah.
I thought they were like Pirates of the Caribbean, like they just made up and were like just fun names for our pirates.
Oh, sure.
But
No,
yeah,
Blackbeard was a real pirate.
Blackbeard was a real pirate.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Sasquatch is real too.
and so he joins.
Did you watch that HBO show, This Flag Means, or Our Flag Means Death?
No.
It was centered around Blackbeard.
Oh, maybe I should watch it.
It was a
I remember
it was a funny show.
That's why I never watched it because you told me about it like that. You were like, it was.
I
and
hadn't
was just
finished
like,
it.
nah,
I finished
maybe
it. I was
won't.
like, it's pretty good. You know,
Interesting.
It takes a turn near the end that I was like, oh, that's unexpected, but good.
Interesting. Well, in 1715, he joins the ship and becomes a crew member of the pirates. And in 1716, the crew they staged a coup because the captain of the ship, Benjamin Hornigold, he was of English descent, like most of them, but he was loyal to England, and so he wouldn't raid any English ships. And everyone was like, "We're pirates.
We want to.
Yeah, we should raid them."
He's like, "No," and they're like,
He's
"We're
like,
gonna
"But-"
kill you then."
He's like, "But I'm a patriot." And they were like, yeah, we're gonna take over the ship. And so he was just like, all right, well, you guys can pirate without me, I guess. I'll take a boat back to shore. And he just left. I think he was hurt.
He's like,
like, is this really like, is that big of a deal to you guys that like,
that's cool.
you'd rather do all this without me?
All right. Well, I mean, I won't. Okay.
I heard. Yeah, I could go find. There's other boats. Like I could find another boat. I could go.
All right. I guess I'll go get a job at a church somewhere.
Yeah, there's.
And then in a couple of years, I'll be back.
Yeah, and I'll come. Yeah, I'll just. All right. I'll see you guys
later,
I guess. So then they voted for a new captain, and they voted for Bellamy.
Oh,
who was pretty fresh.
They voted.
Yeah, they voted.
It's a democracy on that boat.
Yeah, that's where democracy came from. Democracy came from
the pirates. That makes sense.
And so they voted for him, and he became the captain. And then things got crazy really fast. And so he said he was a passionate man. He was all in it for the money to get this woman.
Yeah.
Really. But he was also realizing pretty quickly that he hated the establishment.
Sure.
And he hated that there was all these super rich people making a lot of money off of a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
And they're not really doing anything.
Yeah.
And so he was pirating, but he was pirating different than the rest of the pirates, right?
He was only taking from the rich.
Well, I mean, all pirates were only taken from the rich. Because if you had a boat back then, like, you were pretty dang rich. And so all pirates were exclusively stealing from the rich. But what he was doing was a couple things. One, he was trying very hard, whenever possible, to not kill anybody. And so they would take over these ships, and he'd be like, "Hey, it's me. I'm the good pirate. You guys are all fine. Like, I'm not gonna hurt you, but give us your boat and everything in it, and you can swim home." We're in the middle of the Pacific. He's like, "It's not that far."
He's like, "You're not gonna die.
Trust me.
You're
it's
fine."
Not that,
He killed him. He just didn't want to watch it.
He just didn't kill him. You know?
Yeah.
Like he let him come on board, and he took him back to shore. He dropped him off, and he's like,
All right, bye.
He's like, "I called you an Uber.
Yeah.
They'll be here any minute. Good luck to you." But
And they're like, "All right, this is the nicest robbery I've ever, like, I kind of want to give you the boat." Okay.
And then he like fairly distributed the winnings with the pirates. Most pirates were like, I'm the captain, I get my stuff. But yeah, he was fair with it. And then he would sometimes donate the stuff that he got too, to different 501(c)(3)s.
Okay.
But he
Quit making that noise in the microphone. I swear, if you do that again,
what?
I'll call the principal. That's where you go. Yeah, that's gross.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I don't feel like I've done that at all.
Literally, because you did it in unison with me. So it seems like you know exactly what I'm talking about. So you can't play that card where you go, what noise? I don't know what you're talking about. You did it with me.
I just can read you so well.
Sorry, I
just can read you so well. Watch.
I just knew what you were going for.
Make any sound. I guarantee you I can make it in unison with you. I guarantee you.
You think so?
You. Pick a sound.
All right, here we go. Moo. Hong Kong. Jaren's light is on light.
Jaren's light is my light.
All right then.
All right then. See, I can read you that well.
That's crazy.
Anyways. So he and the crew, they start taking over these ships.
Reagan hissed at our cats last night. Sorry to interrupt you real bad. But you doing that reminds me that Reagan hissed back. But like not in a joking way. Not in like a.
Did they start it? Did they hiss first or did she hiss first?
They're like
Who hissed first?
they're hissing at each other because we're trying to introduce them all. So now her cats are staying at my apartment because she's we're.
It's 4 cats.
By the time you read this, we're only.
By the time you read this,
by the time you listen to this,
you're only a couple
weeks away from just ending it. It's like like it's over. I hope. So we've been trying to introduce our cats to each other because we're all gonna live in the same place.
Yeah.
And so they're just like hissing at themselves basically.
Yeah.
I'm like I was scared by the phone charger today.
Yeah.
And I was trying to take my nap. I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
And he saw the phone charger,
heck, man?
But the other day, one of the cats hissed, and she just went like right back at it, and wasn't joking. We were mid-time, like we were talking, we were having a conversation, and she just went, and I was like, I don't know what that was, and she goes, I don't know either. What were you looking up over there?
I was looking up some reminders that I set up that I didn't get.
Oh, sorry.
Put that away. Put that away right now. Gosh dang.
You were sending me a message on Instagram. Did you just send that to me right now?
No. Yeah, it's a reel I was watching while you're talking. No.
Are you doing what your parents wanted you to do? My dad wanted me to be a cop. My mom, a school teacher. No, I'm not.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode. If you like it, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Speaking of future episodes, we have a ton of past episodes. We have a back catalog of well over 100 episodes. So check those out. My current favorite is Nellie Bly. She was a journalist from the early 1900s who totally changed the industry, especially for women in the industry. Super cool story, but also kind of crazy, some of the things that she did. We had a lot of fun in that episode, so check that out. Don't forget to subscribe, but ultimately, just thanks for being here.
Okay. So yeah, I can check my phone too. Go ahead with the episode.
So
you know what you're doing right now? You're pirating my time. I have other stuff to do.
Okay, deal. So Bellamy, they were taking ship after ship after ship.
Yeah.
And they were rolling up and they were just like, hey, we're pirates. So that's ours now. But we're not going to hurt you. Like, you could just get on our ship and we'll send a couple guys over to yours and we'll
some guys
take
are like,
that ship.
Oh, you're not going to hurt us?
Yeah.
Then no. That's what I'm like. What do you mean? Like, is there a threat here?
And Samuel was like, well, you're not getting it. Like, I'm a nice pirate. I'm gonna take it, but like I'm nice about it. Like, and so if you could just respect me like I'm respecting you.
It doesn't seem like you're taking it then.
But I'm showing you some respect. And so I would just ask you to show me some respect back and give me your boat and everything
I'll
in
give
it.
you the boat, but I'm keeping the gas stove. Come and take it.
And so he ends up coming across the Whydah Galley, which is a ship that was coming back from. It was on its maiden voyage, so it was returning on its maiden voyage.
Okay.
Back to the U.S. from Africa, and it was flush with gold.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of gold.
Full of cash.
This was a state-of-the-art ship, first of its kind.
They didn't have armored boats back then.
They did not, but this was fast. It was a fast boat. It could go up to 15 miles an hour, which was unheard of at the time. Super fast boat. And so they spotted this, and this was all over the news. Everybody's been hearing about.
Everyone's known about this boat.
Everyone's known about how fast this boat is. And he was like, I want that boat. He's like, can you imagine how many boats we could sail up next to and ask politely for them to give us everything they have if we had that boat?
I hope that's what happens at that red light. Ahoy, mateys! I'd like your car.
But you don't get it. I'm a pirate. I'm just nice.
No, you don't get it. Where are you going? Stop, slow down.
Slow down.
All right.
Yeah. My boat goes 15
Give
miles
me your
an hour.
car.
I'm asking you nicely.
Give me your car. I saw a TikTok the other day that was just a guy being like, If you were stolen a police car and you didn't know how to turn the lights on, that's a bummer. He goes, let me show you how. Showing the panel. I was like, that's pretty funny.
It's a bummer.
So, I've never stolen a police car. I politely asked.
And they politely arrested me.
Let me take it.
They politely tased me.
He was really nice about it, though.
He's so nice. He's like, hey man, like I'm just like,
I gotta do
I
it.
gotta tase you, bro.
I was like, I'm not even running.
He's like, yeah, but
I was like, but I welcome it.
like, you're being so nice about it, I'll be nice too. Like as long as we're respecting each other, mutual respect here. Did you say mutual combat?
That's okay. No, I appreciate you, Kamala. That's all she does.
This ship though was different than most of the ships that they were raiding.
Okay, because it's faster.
Well, it's faster. It's also got 18 cannons on board.
Oh boy!
And so this is a warship, and it's on its maiden voyage. So the
It's
people on
pretty
it,
stocked.
they're ready. They're like
I hope something
we're here
happens.
for it. Like, let's see what happens. And so he follows this thing for 3 days.
It's like a kid with a pocket knife. Kid gets his first pocket knife, and he's like, I hope I see a freaking frog somewhere, dude. I'm gonna kill this thing.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say at all.
Oh, what do you think I was gonna say?
I thought you were gonna say like, I hope someone tries me.
Oh,
But yeah,
that's
frog's different.
Practicing. Yeah, no. Kids kill little stuff with pocket knives.
Serial killers, dude, not normal kids.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've never done that. I haven't killed a frog. It only in science class. That's the only place I've done it.
Only place.
But they killed that. I didn't kill that.
We used to lure third graders into this little tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Back when we were into scaring kids. And
Back when you were that age where you scare kids for fun.
yeah, I'm the serial killer, bro. Go ahead. So they grow up to the ship.
They chased the ship for 3 days because it's so fast they couldn't keep up with it.
And the ship eventually is like, hey, that boat's following us.
Yeah, and they slow down. They're like, hey, are you following us?
And he goes,
he's like,
glad
"Hello,
you asked."
We're pirates.
What are they, door-to-door pirates?
They have a script. They're like,
Hi.
hello, we
May
are
I interest you
pirates.
in being overtaken? But am I doing this right? Yeah, you're good. You're good. Just go up there.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
It's his first day.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
First day.
Hand him the tract.
He's a short salesman. Sorry.
Short.
And-
That's pretty funny. No, they finally get close enough enraged to shoot at them. And so they
Shoot
shot
at them.
a cannon blast at them.
The pirate, Sam Bellamy's
Sam
boat,
Bellamy,
shot
the
at them.
pirates. Yeah, they shot one
They
cannon
hissed
blast.
first.
Yeah, they hissed first.
Okay.
And-
And that boat
The Whydah Galley
lit them up.
immediately surrendered. The one they fired a
No.
warning shot, didn't even come close to them, and they immediately surrendered.
They were like,
and they said, "Hey, yeah, you can have the boat. We don't want it.
yeah, it's too
Yeah,
fast.
Yeah, you can have it. We can't.
I
slow
felt
this
that. I
boat
felt out of
down."
control. Honestly, I felt that as soon as I felt my hair go in the wind a little bit. I was like, well, I gotta get off this thing.
It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too
I
much.
may never move again. They just surrendered.
Yeah, so they surrendered.
That was a lot of buildup for nothing.
They
Tim.
gave the boat to them, but this was a massive, massive win for them.
Yeah.
They were overnight millionaires. And so he took the boat and he started heading back to Cape Cod, presumably to go to this guy's
To be like, "Look
this
at my
girl's
boat."
dad and be like, look, I'm rich now. And then he'd probably be like, how'd you get that money? And he'd be like, well, I just asked for it. Like, I didn't I know what you're thinking. No, I didn't kill anyone.
I never killed anybody.
I never even fired a shot. Well, I fired one shot.
People
but
died, but I didn't see them.
I didn't see them die, so it doesn't count if I don't see it.
I closed my eyes.
I closed my eyes the whole time, and so I didn't have to see it. And along the way, they did invade a couple other ships. They took over a couple ships. They actually invaded another pirate ship. One pirated by Captain Beer was his name. And him and Captain Bellamy got into an altercation there because Captain Beer was pirating, but then selling his treasure back to like the powerful. And Captain Bellamy was pretty upset about this.
He's like, no.
And so there's a speech that has been memorialized from Captain Bellamy. This is real. I'm not making this up. There's a
I
speech
thought you were
that's
about to be like, oh, wait.
there's a speech that's been memorialized from Captain Bellamy. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but he basically just lit this guy up calling him a crafty rascal, scoundrels, all the stuff you hear pirates say. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've read this like 6 times and I'm not certain what his point is. So I asked ChatGPT to take it and make it more Gen Z. So here's the speech.
I knew he was going to do this. I knew he was going to do this. Guys, it's not even cool anymore. It's not even like it's like, oh, this ChatGPT thing's kind of new and neat. Look at this. This has been months. This is like not even like a relevant thing to do anymore. Go ahead.
Yeah,
that was me reading the speech. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it says they won't let you have your sloop. Sucks. But honestly, I'm not trying to cause trouble unless it benefits me. Forget the stupid boat. Let's just sink it. Those people who follow laws created by the rich for their own safety are such weaklings. Us pirates, we take what we want with our own strength and our own courage. Why work for those cowards when you could join us? You're such a wimp for following the rules. I'm a boss and I can start a war with anyone, anywhere. You're just a sniveling little puppy who lets others push you around. So that's Gen Z.
Do you think that's very Gen Z? I want to know.
I don't think that's very Gen Z, but the bots
It seems like you don't know.
The bots really think that's very Gen Z.
You're a wimp. That's actually what I've been called a lot.
I'm a boss.
On TikTok. I wish that was the only thing they said about me. They're ruthless. Okay, so he gave a speech.
So yeah, he gave the speech. Invaded a couple other ships. Now they got a convoy of boats coming back to Cape Cod to go, presumably, we don't know this for sure, but presumably win back the heart of this woman that he's gone off to do all this for. It's only been like 2 years. And so he's on his way through the trip, and in outside Wellfleet, Massachusetts, overnight, a surprise nor'easter hits them and sinks the boat and kills everybody on board except for 2 people. And it was such a major event that the bodies of most of the crew were washing up on shore the next morning, along with a lot of gold. And so people were like rushing the shores on Massachusetts trying to get some of this pirate's booty.
People died, Tim. Grow up.
They died 200 years ago. It's been long enough.
Their ghosts can hear this.
Sorry, you're right.
If you're a ghost, why don't you leave a 5-star podcast review and support us on Patreon?
Yeah. Haunt us on Patreon. We should start a haunt.
I would love some ghost supporters. And that's honestly, I did a theater show a couple weeks ago, and there was a lot of empty seats. And to the eye
in this realm.
But I know that you guys were there, and I appreciate that about you.
So
sold out, baby.
The interesting thing though is Bellamy was never found. In
my head I just hear the Jason Bourne music. The Jason Bourne at the end of the
yeah.
Bellamy was never found.
Bellamy became like a legend. He was a pirate legend. Everybody talked about him. He spent like 2 years as a pirate.
He and his girlfriend are out haunting the sea, dude.
Yeah, they're out there, singing that song. I am 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
I am dead and so are you. We should spend eternity together.
Yeah. You got it.
Age doesn't matter now that we're dead. What if it does though? What if with ghosts it's like, well, how long you been dead?
How long have you been dead? Oh my gosh, you've only been dead for 30 years? Oof. Call me back when it's 1,000.
Damn, what are you gonna groom? This is a groomer? Yeah. Oh, call me back when you're 1,000 years old. The age of ghost consent? This is weird. This is a bad bit.
He was a legend for forever, right? As like the richest quickest to success. And then also they acted like he was a good guy because he kind of was. Like he was just like a friendly pirate that was like, your boat's mine now, but I'm going to be really nice about it, you know?
Sure.
And so he got famous for it. Well, in July 1984, he became famous again because they found him alive. No, they found the ship, the Whydah, in under the sea. It was 15 feet below water, so it wasn't even that deep.
Okay.
And then 5 feet below sand. So it's 15 feet of water, 5 feet of sand. They found it, and they found roughly 4 to 5 tons worth of indigo, ivory, and gold, and 20 to 30,000 pounds of sterling. And they found the bones of many of the pirates that were never recovered.
They never washed up. Yeah.
And they have been testing the DNA of these bones for years, trying to track down Samuel Bellamy.
Sure.
And they haven't found his. In 2018, they found one that they expected was Samuel Bellamy's, and they checked the DNA, compared it to his living ancestors, and it was not a match. And so they're still down
This is my
there.
favorite part of the podcast where you start to talk like this at the very end.
It's very
And you
serious. This is
to
the
be like,
serious
"They have
part of the
not
show."
found," is what no one can find his calves that fit perfectly in the mold that we have. His little dainty dancer feet. Like freaking.
We're trying to find his bones.
Just end an episode.
Nobody
bro.
can
Here's what
find
you
his
do.
bones.
You do
Nobody
this
can find his
almost
bones.
every episode.
No, I do
You
not.
start like,
No, I do not. No, I do not.
no one's been able to
This is the
find
important part of the story.
I know. That's why I'm saying speak and enunciate clearly.
I am enunciating just fine. You could hear me just fine. I just put a little bit of bass in my voice. This is the
just
nighttime radio hour
Ew,
voice.
I hate this. I'm gonna make you watch Sound of Music if you don't quit doing this.
Okay, sorry. I'll be different.
Get it together.
So they started a museum in Provincetown, Massachusetts.
Okay.
Dedicated to Bellamy and the ship, and they've got all the artifacts there.
What,
the
is there any pictures of the ship?
The bones. The only like recognizable picture in there, like it's all like just like here's a hunk of wood that was underwater for 300 years.
Okay.
But the one cool part is they do have the bell, which
Didn't know they had bells.
yeah, it was so everyone knows. So everyone knew that service was starting.
Bing, bing.
But yeah, so this is the bell, and on it, this is how they knew that this was the ship because it says the Whydah on that bell.
Wow.
Pretty beefy bell. At least
Yeah.
it looks like it in this picture. I don't know. Maybe it just is deceptive. Maybe
All
this
the
is a
sand
tiny
and
bell.
stuff. Sure. Yeah, it's a really close-up picture.
Yeah, but Bellamy, the most successful pirate of all time. Here's his bell.
Wow.
And I don't know. Maybe he reunited with Mary or Mariah or Maria or Goody.
Ahoy, mateys. It be me, Kamala Harris. We made it to the end of the episode. We sat through so much information,
I'm so proud of you.
but now it's time.
You did so good.
You did so good.
So good.
Fiddle off.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode. If you liked it, here's another one you can check out. And then down here is a bunch of other episodes you can watch. So make sure you click on that to watch forever. And then you can subscribe if you haven't done that already. It makes sure you don't miss an episode. Like this video, leave a comment, leave a review wherever you're watching, and then subscribe or follow on whatever social media platform you prefer. We will be there.